Hey friend, welcome to the Stationery Cafe Happy Hour After Dark or the Stationery Cafe After Dark. This is April from Penguins Creative, and in this special video episode, we invite guests or have special conversations with my co-host Kelly from Kelly Love Letters.
Hi.
And today our special guest is Renz from Pen Travelers. He's based out of Vancouver. He's a pen enthusiast and a stationery enthusiast. Hi, Renz.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us today.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I'm excited because this is basically the ultimate fountain pen and ink geek out episode. Today we have Kelly and Renz, the two big enthusiasts in the house. But first, what are you guys drinking?
I've got my coffee. This mug was my dad's, and so it makes me happy because it's like he's with me drinking coffee.
Nice. And Renz, are you drinking something fun today?
I'm like, I have this, I feel really boring. I have like a bottle of water that I always keep with me, but like I low-key totally forgot about that because I'm just like, oh, that's right.
No, it's okay.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, water hydration is key to life.
Sometimes I rock water too for our episodes.
Oh, your cookie sticker.
Cookie sticker. Speaking of stickers, Renz should make pen stickers once you have the time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
with Sticker Mule, doing those cheap bargains.
That would be awesome.
And I'm drinking caramel macchiato from Starbucks. As Kelly says, it's like if you don't put caramel, the Starbucks drinks don't taste good. So
how long have you had that, April?
Well, it's only been 2.5 hours, so.
I finished Starbucks in like 15 minutes tops.
Well, that's like me and bubble tea. I just like, you just keep going, and you're like, oh my God, it's all gone.
No, there was this one time when April and I were like hanging out and I was all excited about the bubble tea and I finished it, I think, before we got home. And she was like, Kelly, I haven't even started mine. I'm like, I'm sorry.
We're supposed to have this nice cafe journaling session with like bubble tea and then like our stuff, and then Kelly just like went and finished all of it in the car.
It just chugs it.
Chugging it.
Bubble tea does not wait for anybody.
No, it really doesn't. Like it's like the bubbles try to slow you down, but no.
Nope.
They do slow me down though. All right, so today's topic is all about pens, all about fountain pens specifically, and then fountain pen inks. But first, can we all hold up our pen pouch or the stuff you have with you today, just to see like how crazy it is? Wait, I should probably open this.
I brought like everything. Okay.
I mean, I've got. This is my pen pouch when it looks depleted because it's hard to, geez. These are all the pens, these are all my beaters that I don't care about. I like how the Lamy 2000 isn't.
Beaters.
No, Lamy 2000 can handle a beating, okay?
That it can.
I've got my Superior Labor roll. I was wondering if Kelly would bring this out today so we can clean a little bit.
I still have some microns in there, and then I took pens out because we're going to talk about them. So
I know I have my Carapos in there. See?
So I have this whole mess.
Ooh!
So
oh my God! All right, you won that round.
It's a little much.
That's so lovely.
I was just talking about how like I was just gonna say I still have like what, like 5 on the way.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Because I just finished my recital, right? And I'm like, oh my God, treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Totally.
I know. So like my latest big purchase is what I was telling Kelly is the Mont Blanc Egyptomania, which I love. So it's so pretty. Oh gosh.
What does it look? What is it like? I mean, you don't have it right now, but
I don't, sadly. I wanted to get it, but like I haven't had it. So it's essentially just like black with some gold trims, and then in the cap you have some hieroglyphs.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not your typical like Mont Blanc drawing on the like the nib. It's got like a beetle like drawing,
like a little scarab situation.
Yeah, a scarab, yeah. So and it's so pretty. Like it looks like it went kind of through what it's kind of like what Kaweco does with their like metal pens, where they kind of put it in like a stone tumbler.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it doesn't look like pristine, but it's like, you know, just a little bit weathered, which I also really love the look of.
And you got for a very good price,
I
which is
did.
so good.
I have on my list one of the Gaudi pens I want to discuss later, and I'm like afraid it's gonna look like what you mentioned. So I'm gonna tread very carefully on that topic.
No, that's all good. That's all good.
That one's called something Jerusalem, but like it's very close.
On that topic, I do think we should start out by saying, like, you know, that all three of us have opinions, and like I feel like what if we talk trash about your pen, that's just our opinion, and you go on loving it, and I just want to throw that out there.
But also I find in that case, you know, especially when people talk nibs, you have to remember that not all nibs are made equal. Exactly. I don't give a crap how many carats gold it is. If it's crap, it's gonna be crap, because the nib is just how it is. You can fix it.
I know.
But, you know, and actually that kind of like hints into like what I was gonna be talking about later. Because like when she was like the pen that you would give your like worst enemy, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be so evil, because it's like it's so sneaky that anyways. So you know, there's a lot of things, right? And everyone is not built the same, so you're not gonna hold the pen the same way, and it's not gonna write the same way. Because when you think about it, when you write with a pen, as you write with it, it slowly, just bit by bit, wears away at the metal. So it, you know, especially with Mont Blancs, I find that that's what I love about them, is that the longer you write with them, the more they become you. And that's what a lot of pens.
And that's, you know, a gold nib thing specifically. But I mean, you know, steel, I feel like steel softens up over time too.
Oh, it certainly does. It certainly does.
But gold has that special, I mean, that's why we love them, right?
All right. First question, because I prepared 5 questions for us to share. First question, and we'll start with Renz. What's your everyday carry pen? Not the dangerous kind, the very beautiful and amazing kind. Everyday carry.
I thought about this hard, because it, like, when the question you sent me, it said choose one, and I'm like, oh no.
I know, I like capitalized it, choose only one.
I know, because I'm like, I probably write with like 5 or 6 different pens in one writing session. So I'm like,
totally.
Oh, if I had to choose one that I've been, at least recently, that I've been writing a lot with, because I recently started a bullet journal again.
Oh, nice.
So I've just been using this. So I think, I don't remember if I talked about this, or if I talked about it before, but one of the makers of it's a Sailor. So one of the old nib meisters from Sailor is Nagahara. And as far as I can tell from what I've found out from the people who's had it and everything, this is one of the last ones that like the original nibmeister has worked on.
Show it up to the screen, right?
Yeah, show us the goods. Show us the nib.
So this is a Sailor 1911 large.
Yep.
With a medium nib, and it's an erodium trim. And I love it. It's probably one of the smoothest, most beautiful nibs I have. It's one of my favorite nibs. Like, nice. Definitely. It, like, if I'm gonna grab something with a gold nib, this is probably what I'd go for first. And at least recently, this is what I've been it's what I've been writing with the most.
Looks so reliable.
It definitely, it's stunning.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah. And I remember Kelly and I were talking about it a while ago, but I found a bottle of like Iroshizuki Hote-san.
Yeah.
That I've been using with it, and it's so great.
Because it's like black, but you know it's not.
Exactly.
The sly usage of beautiful inks. Nice. Well, Kelly, what's your everyday carry?
Okay, so I kind of cheated, I think.
You can't. You can only choose one.
Okay, so if I can only choose one, and this is maybe gonna be a disappointment, but I'm gonna choose the TWSBI Eco.
Nice.
And I do have two. These are both extra fine. And this is my special Taiwan fancy edition that has rose gold. And I feel like this always has like nib creep going on.
I love that.
I know.
Wait, what's a nib creep?
Nib creep is when you get that ink all over. And, like the TWSBI Eco, like I was saying before, you can beat it around. It holds a lot of ink, and it's really a reliable writer. And I know it's not the most exciting pen that I own, but they're really great, and I super recommend them.
I mean, I think this just because they're perfect because you get so much ink, right?
Yeah.
And then you just especially
look at
for people
that.
who are in school, and if you have to write for like long periods of time, that's great.
Yeah. And even if you don't have to write for long periods of time and are just a freak like me.
They're still fun to write with.
And this one has that rose gold piston too.
Yes.
That's like, oh, so good. I have no regrets.
I actually have mine right here.
Yeah,
Nice, yeah.
Well, Kelly, I was about to say no judgment there because my everyday carry is also the TWSBI Eco.
Oh!
It's awesome.
But in
How
fine
cute.
nib. I have this in white, but it'll soon be replaced by that one I told you that we talked about in the happy hour, where the Taiwan Post came out with an
Right.
exclusive one with Tai Li in Taiwan, and then they have like the Taiwan Post logo album on the finial. So it's also white, and I can't wait to replace that.
I also have a white one, but this is the rose golden white one.
The fancy
But it's a
rose
medium.
gold train that Kelly just would not hop off from.
Yeah, it's kind of bad, but it's fine.
So awesome. Our everyday carries, the Eco is definitely reliable, but the inks though, I can't really pick one because I just switch in so many inks. And
It's
I've
really
I've
bad.
taken Kelly's strategy of filling it just a little bit. You know how like sometimes you like suck up the whole thing and then it takes me a year to use up a single barrel.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't remember when I bought this pen, but this is the same ink as when I bought it. And I'm just like inching it forward, like, come on, let's be done.
Nice. Well, the second question I have,
Mm.
and I think we'll start with Kelly this time, is if you have to write like the grandest love letter in this lifetime, what pen and ink combo will you choose?
So I first want to start out by saying April was totally like throwing me under the bus because she's like, in this or in a different lifetime. And I'm like, wait, I don't have a person. Because April and Renz both have hubs. But it's cool. Someday I will write a love letter to someone and they're gonna love it. So I was having a hard time with this one, and I think it's funny. I'm gonna talk about TWSBI again. I actually don't own the pen that I would write this with. I have a TWSBI Mini, but the pen I would want to write it with is the rose gold and white TWSBI Mini. I really should just buy that, but yeah, Renz, yep, you got it.
Of course he's got it.
And I think I would use a medium nib so that I could use a shimmer ink so I could be super extra. And I'm unsure I'm unsure if I would use rose gold Antiqua, which is an ink I don't have.
Oh my gosh, of course he has it too.
Or I was also looking at like Yamabudo. This has really good sheen to it. And if you use a thicker nib, it'll like show off that golden. And then this is another similar one. It's Lamy Crystal Beryl, like Beryl. These are kind of similar inks, but this one's more pink. This one's more purple. It would be one of those. And then I wanted to throw in the paper I think G Lalo, the cream G Lalo paper pad, it's like really thick and it looks all like, oh, do you have that too?
It's like, let me just fetch that real quick.
Yes, it's so good with like, specifically I think it's really good with thicker nibs. And I just think that would be a nice like little love note with things I don't have. Maybe if I buy those the pen and the ink, then the person will come along.
The
right
person will come. Oh no.
Just put it out to the
law
universe,
of attraction.
Right? Exactly.
Put it out in the
what,
universe.
what about Renz?
Oh, so okay. Like I prepared kind of two different ones because honestly when I write letters and things, I use dip nibs. So one of my favorite ones to write with is this, of course, is this rose gold like nib holder. And my recent like kind of favorite love is like, so I use this with like a Hunt 101 nib. So, you know, using that. And again, actually I was gonna say G Lala, but then I realized no, whenever I write letters, I always like grab Tomo River paper, which is I love, you know. Yeah. And I was actually gonna say the other one is also like the rose gold Antiqua ink. We're gonna ignore the fact that it's in a Mont Blanc bottle, but
I was gonna say that's not the bottle.
But it's the only one that I can fit an oblique nib holder into when I'm dipping.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, because Ren does those fancy calligraphy thing, like the ones, you know.
Yeah. So I've been getting back
Copper
into
plate,
Spencerian.
Spencerian, yeah.
Yeah. I've been doing a little bit of copper plate too, but I'm doing more Spencerian, at least trying to. So I've been getting back into that just because I haven't done it in so long now. But yeah, it's really fun. And my other one, so I prepared another one. And the pen I actually don't have. It would be it's a Mont Blanc with a flex nib.
Ooh.
On that same cream G Lalo paper.
Yes.
With this purple Beatles psychedelic
nice.
Purple. Yeah.
Nice. That already
looks
looks like a lovely letter.
Yeah.
Mine compared isn't like that fancy because it's just like I'm thinking between the pens I own, but mine has a little lovely backstory, and this is the Sailor Pro Gear Camellia in Snow. I'm trying to bring it up so you guys can see the red speckles on it.
That is such a pretty pen.
That's so pretty.
So this is Cookie. This is my first gold nib pen, like one of the foray into expensive pens, like for me. You guys have already been there. But this one is actually Elliot and I's wedding pen because I told him I'm not a girl who likes jewelry. I don't need no earring. No, I don't have any ear holes.
Yes.
ear piercings.
Ear piercings.
Ear holes.
I don't have any ear piercings. I don't like wearing necklaces. I feel like I'm choking all them all the time. But buy me a fancy pen. And so we ordered this off of Yoseka. And I think I've been telling Kelly that I love this pen a lot because of the red specks. And so I would pair it with the Cherry Blossoms of Kiyage from Kyono Oto.
And
Kyoiro.
Yep. Hasn't that been the combo that, like, have you ever inked that pen with another ink?
Nope. This is just forever glued together. Like if you see it on sale, they would have like the tape wrapping around it. Like this is the combo.
Wait, what nibs in it?
This is just the MF. I thought the Sailor Pro Gears, at least these like Shikiori ones, only have one nib size. So
yeah, I think the Shikiori always has MF.
This is the MF medium fine, which they say it's right in between fine and medium, and it writes beautifully.
And it's perfect.
It's so pretty.
And it's funny
Oh.
because like right after we got this, I told Elliot, yeah, this is our wedding pen, best pen ever. And then like in a month, I immediately treat myself to another Sailor Pro gear. Like immediately change of heart into the green
That's so
one.
pretty. Oh my gosh.
Well, you just have a little fleet.
Yo,
you
that
know?
would look amazing with like Irish green. Like, oh, one of my one of my most favorite gangs. Oh, love it.
I know. I
So-
love this pen so much. So if I were to write a love letter to Elliot, who doesn't really know how to appreciate good pens, like this would be sufficient. At least he knows he actually bought this. Like he said, this is the first gold like jewelry thing he ever gave to me.
That's so funny.
Aw.
And I'm like,
That's
yes,
goals,
some
though.
girls wear jewelry, I wear a pen.
Yes.
Nice. All right, next question. I thought this would be the hardest, which is basically, an attempt for us to rank number 1, number 2 in our entire collection. So
I forgot we had to do number 1 and number 2.
So Renz, I'm gonna ask you first, if you're stranded on an island, which 2 inks and pen, you can combo them or not, in your collection would you absolutely need to have with you?
Okay, so I thought about this yesterday, and it's one of the sets I don't have yet because it's on its way. But surprise, surprise, it's all Mont Blanc.
Oh my god. Okay,
We
got
just need like
bougie
a little
over
Mont
here.
Blanc sponsorship sticker on this episode right now.
I wish. Oh my god. Oh god. And I forgot I should have been wearing my Mont Blanc watch too. So it would be the 149, but inked with the psychedelic purple. I love that color.
Mm.
And the Egyptomania that I just got with like the actual green Egyptomania that they came out with. So they have the actual pairing of the Egyptomania pen and the ink, which I'm just like in love with. So yeah, it took me quite a while to come up with this because I'm like, oh man, what would I bring with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's intense.
It sounds like a very pretty combo, because right now I'm looking at the Mont Blanc one you mentioned and I'm like, whoa, this is cool. It's one of those really like solid looking, like very like professional, but then also like the heights of elegance, I feel like with these Mont Blanc pens. Like if there's a pen in like, say, I guess Pro Gear or like Pilot that has the same color combo, it still wouldn't feel as prestige as yours.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's I like that weathered look a lot.
Me too, yeah. Cool. It's like stone tumbled kind of look.
Oh, I was looking at the Mont Blanc 149.
Oh, the 149, yeah.
That's like everybody's like quintessential Mont Blanc. I feel like it's too big though, right? Because it's like a Sailor King of pens.
You think though, but the thing is, there's I actually don't even have it with me. I have it like it's at my Nibmeister's because he's tuning both pens before they come back.
I like how you say my Nibmeister. Oh my god. Who are you?
He's honestly the best. He works at my university that I used to go to in my undergrad and my master's. And whenever I'm there, I'd be like, I'm here. So I'd like watch him work and like just he's the best. Honestly, all of my pens have always gone to him, and yeah.
Nice.
But no, the Egyptomania, just the look of it, it's just I love like the details. There's always so much detail, even on the bottle of the Mont Blanc Egyptomania ink. It's called cobalt green, and it's kind of got this little hieroglyph with the scarab on the bottle, and it's just it's so pretty.
It looks very like structural too, right? With like kind of the hexagonal like pillar looking thing. So now I'm breathing a sigh of relief because like compared, this definitely looks elegant. But I was thinking of the Monte Grappa Egyptian one. If you guys like ever come across that image, like that one's gaudy as hell. Like that one like takes the Egyptian theme on like the other spectrum. So
oh my god. I just looked it up. I'm like, oh, what the heck?
I know, like you flinch a
I'm
little bit
sorry.
when you look at
I'm
those
sorry.
photos.
I'm sorry. I flinched because it just, oh my god, this is so much.
Okay, I have to look at it too.
It's too much.
Is it just my?
I mean, this is also like my own kind of opinion on pens, but like I find that, in my opinion, aside from like Aurora, which I love, like most of the time with Italian pens, they're very pretty. They're very pretty. I'll say that much.
Wait. Are we looking at the same pen? Hold
The
on.
Monte Grappa
Egypt, right?
Egypt. What is
Is it this blue thing?
Oh no.
There's a blue version and there's like a gold version.
Oh, the gold version is what I'm looking at.
Oh Lord, okay.
Oh, the blue thing is way worse. It's way worse.
It's very it's, you know, I know that people that make you know, because Monte Grappa is super old, right? They're like one of the main fountain pen people, them, and you know, when Pilot makes those really elaborate, like very expensive pens, they're like, yeah, we make pens to be written with. I'm like, but really though? Like, are you really gonna write with this thing?
I can't wait to show you guys the Sentinel Dragons, but don't look it up yet.
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Also, this Mont Blanc Egyptomania ink, that's $70 for 50 mils. That's insane. I'm just forever mad at Mont Blanc for doing that thing, but you know,
the retailer inside Kelly is like screaming right now.
But also, I'm like, here's me just drinking the Kool-Aid. Not with a regular straw, with a freaking like bubble tea straw.
I feel like that's a good image, and I want that to be part of merch somehow.
Just me drinking it just says Mont Blanc with a bubble tea straw, and then instead of like bubbles, it's like the little like Mont Blanc symbol that comes up there.
Oh my god, that needs to be a thing.
I know, right?
Is that a thing?
That should be your sticker or logo of your YouTube channel.
I know, that was my logo. Oh my gosh.
That's so awesome.
My Twitch
Oh, right. It should be your Twitch overlay. Holy. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm warm. Oh,
Me too. All right, Kelly, you're stranded on an island. What do you have on you?
Okay, this should be of no surprise to anybody. Pilot Custom 74, the white with the black finials and the gold trim. This is like, seriously, I'm pretty sure this is, I can say with confidence, it is my favorite pen. It is like, it also has that nib creep going on a little bit. My camera sucks, I'm sorry. But this is, it's in an FM, which is fine medium, which is honestly, I remember at the time that I bought it, I was like, this was the only one they had left at Bunga Box in Shizuoka. and I was like thinking, oh, I don't know if I want that, because it's not like a nib that I'd ever heard of before, and I just bought it anyway, and then it's like my favorite thing. And
what did CI say to you when you said to him, like,
yeah, because I was like, oh yeah, I love my Custom 74 with the FM, and he was like, oh, how did he phrase it? A factory grind. Like, okay. We're gonna at CY.
I love CY. His
but also,
taste
please,
is just like very, very peculiar now.
But also, like, I'm trying to like not spam message him and be like, so you found that pen yet? Because anyway, that's a different story.
That was Kelly's commission.
Yeah.
for CY.
But yeah, so this pen, and of course, I feel like I couldn't go anywhere without my Shizuoka green tea, which I talk about all the time. And I feel like, I don't know why this is in a different bottle. I bought these at the same time. They're from the same place. This is my other ink, Branch of Wisteria, which it seems weird that I always like talk about these two. But seriously, they're so amazing. Like,
And it's like so FOMO inducing because it's
I know.
super
I
location
know.
limited, and like
I
if
was
anyone wants to get it, they can't even. Like they have
I
to
was
go
just
to
gonna
store.
say,
It's almost worse than Mont Blanc because at
I
least you can
know.
get Mont Blanc.
I'm like, not me trying to Google it going, damn it.
So the other pen, which may be a surprise, is actually the Platinum Balance, which is also a pen that apparently you can't get anymore. But I did see it at last time I was in Seattle, which was recently when I got my Fauci ouchie. I they had these at Kinokuniya in Seattle. They had a couple in the case, and I was like, should I get another one? And I decided not to, and now I'm like, maybe next time I go up I'll get one. Because I don't know, they're not that expensive.
They're the
They're
middle
really
of the
nice.
road, a little bit around Twispy's price
Yeah, they're a
range.
little more. I think they're around like 40-ish. But seriously, this pen is so unassuming and it's just got a steel nib, but it's so like the way that ink shades with it is just really nice. I don't know, it's perfect. It's great. So
I'm looking it up and like it's kind of got that sort of like old school like pilot nib design, which is really cool because you don't see that often anymore.
yeah.
Nice.
So
I love
Kelly's
that.
Island is very close to Shizuoka.
Yes, I hope so.
With the
I know,
two
yeah.
limited edition inks.
I look back to when I was at this store and I'm like, I'm so upset that I was jet lagged as hell and like the store was closing in 30 minutes when I got there and I was like, ah.
You want to be there
What do
for
I do?
longer.
See,
I was like,
this is when you book a hotel and be like, screw it, we're coming back tomorrow.
yeah,
Do you have any idea how many like travel plans that I've had derailed because I'm like, no, I am not rushing this in 15 minutes. We're gonna go book a hotel and come back tomorrow.
that's solid though. Maybe I should have done that.
I love it. That's amazing.
So what's April's?
Yeah.
So, like, highly influenced by Kelly, I somehow had imprinted myself into this, like, Kobe ink. The name's hard to say. It's the
Is it
Sorakuen
Yeah.
tea green. And this is, like, the close alternative as we established. Although I feel like it's kind of not fair to say that because yours has a copper sheen and mine has, like, a bluish sheen to it. But it's also that rich like green tea ink color, and it's so rich and like all the Japanese like motif imagery that I like aspire to live through. It's all in this ink.
I have my sample here.
Yep, a tiny little baby over there. And then my other ink, so that was actually number 2. Number 1 here, man, Dandyism from Bungu
Ooh,
Box.
really?
So good. Like
You're
it's
going with 2 greens?
It's a black with a green. Silent green. The green is silent in here, but like I feel like if I'm on an island, if I'm forced to write with like, just one color, this would be the one that I would not ever get tired of. And it's like it's practical and like fun at the same time. Like if I have to send like a help me letter, like people would take me seriously because it's like a black, but inside I know it's green. So Dandyism from Bungu Box, which I am lucky enough to snatch at the recent Sailor Ink show. Hopefully they'll come up with the next one. And
I'm sure they will.
The pens, number 2 is surprisingly also the unassuming Pilot E95S that looks like all those vintage fountain pens. Like I didn't realize that, like the Parkers and all the traditional fountain pens, they kind of look like this, kind of like a sharp bullet, right? And like the tip looks like it's like almost together with the body, which is not very popular, I guess, not very frequent in today's fountain pen. This just gives me like this is like the fountain pen to me. Like it looks the most what I think in my head is a fountain pen, and it has the easy pull close.
Oh, I love that pen. Is so nice to like It feels so good.
You guys don't know how many times I have like attempted to pull a screw cap or like attempted to
my gosh.
screw a pull cap.
Triggered.
And this one just like zero issue. And
Actually,
I was enabled by Kelly with this one because she has one and I got to like use it once and then I was
It's true. It's a great pen.
I need
fun
it.
fact, one of the pens on my list that I've like have been struggling to find is like it looks like that, but it's the all metal one.
The Pilot Mew.
Yeah. So I've been having, because I want to try it before I buy it. So I've been trying to figure out where I can find
that's
something
not
like
possible.
that. I know it's hard to. I know they're hard to find.
Wait, Pilot Mew, did you just make a Pokemon reference there?
No.
No.
It's MYU.
I was about to say Mewtwo. Wait, Kelly, did you get it?
That should be a thing. No, so I actually saw a listing for a Pilot Mew at a super good price on the subreddit, on the Pen Swap subreddit.
I have not.
And I decided, I have a feeling it sold out really fast.
Oh, probably.
I was like, should I do it? I'm like, no, because like you, I don't want to spend that money if I don't know if I like it.
And it's hard because you can't just replace the nib because the pen is the nib.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. I would love to write with one someday. Maybe if we go to a pen show.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm already like gearing up for it. I'm like, next year if things open up, I'm like, we're not buying pens, we're saving up for travel.
Do they ever have Vancouver pen shows? Like, do they have one?
I think they do. I'm not quite sure. Like I think there has been in the past, but I think they're more common. Like I think there's one in Toronto. And they're more common in the States than they are here, I think. But I'm not exactly sure.
That's actually true. I don't think there's any pen shows in Taiwan either. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of one. Although these days, so many cool fountain pens are coming from Taiwan. But like, still, that's maybe something they need to explore. But finally, top one, Platinum Century 3776 in this green. It's the Laurel green, and then of course, in it right now is the Azuki ink. But
because it's like a matcha dessert.
Yes, it is. And so it's so pretty. And this is just like, I think this is slightly more expensive than my Pro Gear. I currently have my trifecta, the green with gold trims, and I secretly slipped my Sarasa Grand into it because I thought they matched.
Wait, I didn't know you even had a Sarasa Grand.
Big purchase there, Kelly.
That's so pretty.
You just like stealth got that.
I actually have mine here.
Oh,
nice.
man.
Oh wait, I have one too.
Aren't they pretty?
They're so pretty. Yes. Kelly's got the fancy one. Oh my gosh.
So, okay, can I just I feel like this is important.
Can Renz pronounce it properly in French?
Which?
The pen.
The name of this pen.
Well, I don't remember what it's called. What is it?
Okay, then Kelly, you have to pronounce it first.
Wait,
so, I'm pretty sure it's lavande.
It's the lavender nice. Most like accurate.
I have to find it.
I used to say it was lavande, but then my boss said it was lavande.
And then it's actually Nice, which is a location in that.
Nice Lavande, yeah. Sorry.
Nice Lavande.
Nice Lavande.
Lavande.
Like
really bad.
To a non-native English speaker there, that I pronounced lavender nice the first time.
I used to say lie to thee for lie to taste, so don't talk to me. I can pronounce all the Japanese inks, okay? But so this pen recently, I've had a situation. I don't know if you'll even be able to. Oh yeah, can you see? Right, like there's this little. It looks like a little teeny tiny crack. Like really small, and I'm like, okay, do I send it back or do I just not care because it's so teeny? It was expensive though.
Yeah, those ones are really expensive.
So I'm like, maybe I should say, hey Platinum, can you like fix me? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe ask.
Yeah. It's so, I don't know. I don't
Each
know where I'm
time
going.
someone says they have a crack on their pen, I can't help to go and check my own. Like, it's just like kind of like a habit thing. Because who was talking about having a crack on their eco, like the Twisby eco, which is very common, by the way. They said that a lot of the times, lots of the Twisby ecos have cracks over here, and they'll send you a replacement and stuff. But
I've
still,
never had that before.
Me neither. Yeah.
apparently, it's a very common thing to happen to people.
Yeah.
Then I feel very lucky.
Yes.
Me too, because I have 3 ecos, and then I haven't had that happen to me yet.
I know. I'm like, I have so many Twisbies. Like, it would break my heart.
Nice. So we ranked our top 2 so far, and
Yeah.
moving into the fun section, I would love to ask you guys. It's a hypothetical question, but if you have to send a pen to your worst enemy, which pen would that be?
I feel like Renz has to go first because he looks.
You look devious right now.
Well, it's because so I talked about this. I was talking about this with my partner, and he was just like, "That's so easy. Knowing you could just go like a big ballpoint or something." And I'm like, "But no. So I'm gonna start with actually I have to write on the paper because it's the G Lala, because they're a little toothy and textured, but with a Platinum 3776 Ultra Extra Fine.
No!
Wait. But the tines are misaligned.
I'm cringing already.
Okay, that's the perfect. That's
So,
perfect.
because you look at it, it's like, wow, this is so beautiful.
I know, it's like the chalkboard writing equivalent of fountain pen.
That's so terrible. I also hate the Ultra Extra Fine. I think it's ridiculous. But
I know.
I understand why. But it's like, no.
I think my favorite reaction is just like April, just like.
It's that feeling when you like kind of already know what it's gonna sound like, and the texture that like passes through the pen to your hand, like.
And you can see that the fibers of the pen just getting eaten. I'm evil because like you look at it, you're like, oh my god, this is so pretty. What is
That's
this?
so brutal.
That is so awful. I'm gonna have nightmares.
It's like, but the thing is, my favorite part is like, it's not just the fact that it's an Ultra Extra Fine, but the nibs are misaligned.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Well, that's an expensive way to really give your enemy a worse experience. I was gonna go with like a Kakuno with like a dried up platinum carbon ink, just clog right at the tip.
Oh man, I have that.
And it's like that extra feeling when he pulls off the cap, he or she pulls off the cap, and then you see the gritty little black thing like up there on the sides. Yeah, that's all
crusty.
That's like sending a bag of worms to someone in the fountain pen world.
Oh my gosh. This is hilarious.
I feel like because April had said it didn't have to be a fountain pen, and I was just gonna say like a ballpoint pen that's almost out of ink.
Railroading. Oh god.
And that annoying feeling when you're like trying to coax it out, so you grab a piece of paper and you do those circles, but they all just are incomplete circles, you know.
Or the best is like when you like do it and then there's this strip where it like
of emptiness
just skips. Yeah. It was like, oh my god.
So, but then I was also gonna point out, like, and as we said earlier, Conklin is a brand that I'm sure makes great pens. I don't own a Conklin. There's just this one called it's the All-American, and it's called Yellowstone, and the color is just hideous to me. And like maybe it's someone's
looking it up
you,
right now.
Oh my god.
It's just
okay.
It reminds me of a snake.
No, actually, there's one pattern that I looked at, like it kind of reminds me, when you're making like an egg that's sunny side up. There's like the white, and then there's the yellow, and then on the edge of it you slightly burn
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's what it
Yeah,
looks like
it
to
does.
It's like a snake.
Not it.
I would be
April's
so
like-
scared if I received this in the mail. Like I will like drop it like ASAP.
Oh my
'cause
god.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
This is
But
triggering my snake phobia right now heavily.
I feel like the ballpoint pen that's almost out of ink is a more affordable option to send to your enemy.
Oh man. And you know, I thought about this because the first Kakuno I ever got was an extra fine,
Yeah.
and the nibs were misaligned.
No.
And I had been I'd only had fountain pens for like a couple months, so I'm just like,
No.
is this how this is supposed to be?
The worst entry experience.
I know. I mean, like that. Like my first fountain pen wasn't the Kakuno, but it was my first like super like fine nib like fountain pen, and I'm just like, this is horrible. And then to cap it all off, my next experience was it was my most expensive fountain pen at that point, which was like the Pro Gear with the 21 karat nib, and I bought it in a fine, and the nibs were misaligned, and I'm like, oh god, what a nightmare. I got it fixed eventually, and then now it's one of my everyday writers, but like, oh gosh. Like that's why I'm just like, this has to be
Now
it.
you deserve all the good things.
I know, right?
Totally.
No, whenever I buy a fountain pen, now I send it like I go from the store to my friend. He will look at it, like
Check
fine
it
tune
first,
it,
do the QC over there.
and then he sends it to me.
Nice.
Oh man. Okay, guys, are you guys ready? I'm gonna link it in the chat. This photo. It's the Monte Grappa Million Sentinel Dragon Pen.
Oh boy. I'm excited.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Like
Wait.
this reminds me of, I'm sorry, Monte Grappa. They're infamous for doing these ridiculous artworks.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy pens, but this really reminds me of these like gaudy temples back home in Taiwan whenever people have funerals and they deck out like the cards with like the LED lights shining, and then like the dragons are surrounding the pillars,
That's not
and
real.
like ladies are dancing on the cart. So
No.
Oh my god, that's insane. That's
I mean, is
this
it
is
like
a pen that will make your enemy want to gouge his eye out. So
I mean, I feel like it's just like it's a meme at this point.
and the second pen is also from Monte Grappa, My Guardian Angels.
Oh lord.
And this one comes with an anime video.
No.
Advertising it. And it's a horrible 5-minute experience in your life if you want to go look up that video.
That's
Oh.
not real.
This
That
looks
can't be
painful to
real.
write with.
And it costs the gold one costs $85,000.
Whoa, what is happening here? Wow.
This looks like this would hurt to write with.
Exactly. Like this one looks like it will like cut you as you write with it.
Holy crap.
Even Cookie doesn't like it.
He hates it. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh.
I can't even really look at that. That's pretty bad.
Oh my word.
Oh, wow.
I want to share screen and show you guys the video just because.
Oh my god, yes.
I'm not ready for this. Oh,
Oh god.
oh,
I'm gonna just skip because it's like, it's a whole anime.
oh, oh.
Oh no. What the hell?
What is happening?
I think it's around here.
Stop. Stop.
No.
This isn't real. Nope.
Oh my god.
You gotta get a matching watch too.
Oh my god. That is the most ridiculous thing.
Holy crap.
Hey,
I mean,
no.
I feel kind of bad because someone spent so much time animating this, but also, what the hell?
Oh no. Wow. The music.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful details.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
And the nib looks so basic.
That double zoom.
Oh God.
This is the definition of when you spend all the money on the body and you have nothing left for the nib.
Yeah, you're just an empty shell now.
Yeah, exactly. It's because like one of those pens are just like, we don't expect anyone to write with this.
The angel watch. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Oh my lord.
And Anaconda strap.
Like,
That is real bad.
Someone
Oh,
on
God.
subreddit said, "How do I get my time back? Like this 4 minutes." Cufflinks.
oh my gosh.
No.
That's bad.
Man, how douchey can you get?
I know.
Oh my God, and he's
Oh
got.
my god.
That's funny.
Nope. I don't like that at all.
Me neither.
So there,
Wow.
I've bestowed on you the most horrible experience you can give to your enemy.
Oh,
I will agree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
forget the pen. Just show them that video.
seriously. Pen video.
You've taken away from them 4 minutes they will never get back.
Oh wow.
Wow, I that was great. That was a great conversation.
that was awesome. I love that. That's probably one of my favorite questions now.
All right, and finally, just to bring it back to a little bit of a tamer ground, you know, back to our love and passion for fountain pens, like excusing all those horrible things we just talked about. What is a nice notebook you're currently really, really in love with recently? Maybe Kelly can start this time.
So this might also be a boring answer because I recently talked about it, but this is not a Hobonichi, but I'm using it in a Hobonichi cover. It's my MD notebook in grid. I've just been using it lately for list stuff, and fountain pen looks really good on it. It's not Tomoe River, but it does dry faster, which is nice. I don't know. It's a good solid brand. Love it.
Nice.
Here for it.
Nice. That's a good solid choice there. And Renz, how about you?
Okay, so this
A
is
Mont Blanc
special.
journal.
No, no. It would be on brand, but no. Actually, I have to pull it out because it's in here.
Oh yay!
So this was Kelly's cover, and I bought it from her. This is gonna go to Bum Cushion to get like customized.
Oh my god, I love that! Yay!
And like I'm still debating on it because I'm so scared. Like this is like the love of my life, and I don't want to lose it.
Oh,
Like by the way, like when I got like I low-key I'm sitting here like reading through like all the stuff that you had in there, and I'm like I am crying. Oh my god, this is amazing.
Oh no!
So like this is but I bought this notebook and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm gonna use it for. So this is the Soomkeen Agenda.
Yeah.
It's a handmade notebook from Paris, and I love it. So and I'm like, it matches the color. I'm like, there's no way I can't use it. So
Yeah.
I started using this, and the funny thing is it all came together because like Job and I went out for coffee one day,
Yes.
and
love
he
that.
I know, and then he was just like, you should journal in my like traveler's notebook, and I'm like, okay. So I did a quick journal, and then I posted it, and he was like, it was meant to be. You need to journal in a traveler's notebook, and literally he commented that, and this arrived.
Yes.
the stars has aligned.
Yay.
I know, right?
Now in the Traverse Notebook camp.
But
as
yeah,
well.
and I gotta show you. This is what I ended up doing with the stuff that you sent me.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
So it has all the samples over here, and like the letter and the card and everything.
Oh, that warms my heart.
I
Yeah.
recognize the letter paper from the Pi International Food.
Yep, I did that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, and I've been loving it, honestly. It's so pretty. Like here's another like spread that I did in it, and it's just it's so fun. Like this I honestly originally thought that I'm like journaling in a like this kind of journaling in a traveler's notebook would be scary for me because I'm used to like like an A5 Hobonichi with like all that space.
Yeah.
But it's been really fun. I've been loving it a lot.
That's awesome.
That's so
Ah,
cool.
nice. Now I'm like FOMOing. I think it was because of Joe's Twitch streams lately, and then all the meetups, and then he always has his like Travis notebook out and he does it. So like he had actually inspired me to take out my Travis notebook and then catch up on it a little bit last week. And I'm like starting to get back into that groove of the vintage little snippets, the mix and match, the collaging. Ugh. I'm like, now I want to like turn this off and like go start journaling already. But my notebook is this beautiful stitch bound lace flap, but with a hardcover with like this canvas notebook that's Tomori River paper, 68 GSM from Taiwan. It's from the brand Fleurier Lab, which I talk about with their 1 day 1 page journal. And it's just really nice TRP tiny grid, like almost equivalent to the Hobonichi 3 milliliter grid, I think, which is great for like Asian writing, I think. And it's so beautiful. This series is called Beyond the Frames, and then it's got this like nice kind of Polaroid thing inside, and there's 5 different versions. I happen to have a second one because why not? And it actually came with like a very cool photograph pencil board from the brand as well. And I've been using it to document my ink swatch because first of all, TRP, right? And so I had to showcase my ink collections here, and I've been trying to write a little bit more with all the ink samples. So this is like my project to use up all those little veils that I've received over the years.
I thought that was your washi sample book.
I have 2.
Oh, yeah.
This one is the one I'm holding up is actually my washi sample book. But I am also doing ink samples now in the back because that project kind of lost some steam. So I'm not willing to venture further from knowing how many washi tapes I have beyond 485.
See,
so
I was actually watching one of your VODs, and I'm just like, that is a really smart idea. Why have I never thought of like swatching my washi tape and like my inks in a notebook? That's an awesome way to use up a notebook.
Yes.
A5 size, it's so beautiful, and I think I'm definitely gonna be buying more from her new releases next year. Hopefully she'll release some more. She has one that's not like hardcover bound. It's just kind of so pretty. Like, you know how like Arch and Olive, London Give These, there are a lot of bullet journals that are hardcover bound. So this is gonna be like my fountain pen friendly equivalent. So I'm gonna actually thinking about doing some bullet journaling, not the layout kind, but the actual, bullet journaling kind. Actually, that's not right. That's also bullet journaling, and there's no actual or non-actual, but like the kind that's like more to-do list style that Job does in his.
So like the kind of like rapid logging kind of thing.
Yeah, the Ryder Corel style.
Ryder Carroll.
Did I say Corel? Ryder Carroll style bullet journaling.
I have to. Speaking of Ryder Carroll, I have to find. There was a podcast that he did where he pronounced like the name of the book, the Leuchtturm 1917, like in German, and he's Austrian, and he pronounced it, and I'm like, oh my god, that's like the way when people pronounce things in like the languages that it's written in, it's just like
yeah,
so good.
So yeah, I'm breaking out my second book to do that, and then it's going to be ink exclusive, and I probably will use it with like the glass fountain, the glass dip pen that I have that I haven't broken yet, but then also which I haven't broken. And then I was like, I have so many fountain pens now, so I need to like actually start using them. And in my other notebooks, like the Hobonichi and Traverse notebook, I tend to go for my gel pens. Just for the sake of like, I'm trying to use up a lot of my gel pens.
Yeah, totally. You have a lot.
But gel pens is one of those things that's so like, because they're not as expensive, right? So they're so easy to accumulate. And then the next thing you know, you've got boxes and boxes, and you're like, what have I done?
Yeah.
I
started giving mine
Sarasa
away.
Deco Shine that magically appeared in my desk. So I just have so many pens to play with, but I want an exclusive fountain pen one. So
Actually, I don't know if you guys remember, but in one of the Zooms with Florence, we were talking about like the white gel pens and
Yeah.
actually like see if I have it here. But because of that Zoom, I had started like I'm like oh, that's an awesome idea. So I like in my Hobonichi, like there's been more and more like just black spaces and black paper that I just like would use to like this. Like I'd use like craft paper to like write
Yeah.
with white gel
oh,
pen.
nice.
It's honestly like I love it so much. Or like spreads like ooh, that's Job stuff and like this with a,
Yep.
so like I love that. And look this is gonna burst.
That is a chunky boy.
That's just
I
the
have-
way it has to be, you know.
I bought binding tape. So I'm gonna do some surgery in like the next month or
Damn.
so. I think I'm gonna make a video out of it.
Nice. Well, I can't wait. That would be so cool. I think a lot of people had to do that because they went into Hobonichi not realizing how easy it is to just go kind of overboard with the collaging, and then like it's like April and you're like, holy, this is not gonna last till the
I know, it's like my first Hobonichi, and all of the experienced Hobonichi people were like, you should have bought the Avec. And I'm like, I'm realizing that now. I'm losing half the year.
My Avec right now looking like a full Hobonichi.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah. Well, this has been awesome, Renz, Kelly. I'm so glad we were able to have this super passionated, is that a word, passionate, passionate, passionable, passionate,
Excited, passionate.
passion-filled,
Yeah.
passion fruit. Talk about fountain pens. And I can't wait
Intense.
for us to do this sometime soon again.
Yes.
Really fun, and I
Yay.
hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can find Renz at pen.travelers with 2L on Instagram, YouTube, and hopefully Twitch. And you can find Kelly at Kelly Love Letters on Instagram. Maybe YouTube channel too.
I know.
If you would
I have a
commit to
YouTube
making more
channel,
videos, that would be
but
greatly
you don't have to
appreciated.
watch any of them.
Anyway, have a good pen day. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody.
Okay, can you guys give me a second? Cookie's
Yes.
freaking out a little bit because Elliot just
Ooh.
left the house and he's like yelling. So give me one little second just to get him out here.
I want one of those like rose gold Taiwan editions.
I know.
Like, I have no idea where to get them.
Like, apparently someone
Special guest
Oh,
Cookie.
hi.
And then you guys can now also see that I'm wearing pajama pants.
I know, right?